happy little update on my 220-gallon reef tank today. Overcame a few issues with my water chemistry and made a few new dosing implementations, which I will get into. But also, I am happy to announce that I finally added new ACROS, y'all. Yes, I finally added some sexy ACROS to the 220-gallon reef tank, and they're absolutely thriving. Very excited to share the progress, because progress is in fact being made here, guys. If you're new here, hello, howdy, hi, my name is Stephanie, and I make silly videos documenting my journey in the reef tank keeping hobby. So if you too are also silly and like the reef tanks, make sure to smash that subscribe right now. Now, I just want to start off this video by saying that I apologize if I sound funny. I am sick, very ill. I think I got COVID or something of similar terribleness, and I'm immune compromised. So needless to say, the fact that I'm making this video right now is a true testament to my commitment moving forward on this channel. But anyway, I would actually like to follow up on that by take a look at this Coralline on my aquascape. Take a look at this Coralline on my aquascape. Just look at it. Look at it. You can't even see the joints. Those cement joints, do you remember those cement joints that I kept saying, look past these? You're not going to be able to see them in a few months. Coraline's going to grow over it. Yet every time I make a new scape, you always hear the people going, you used way too much concrete. It looks so bad. Y'all, just look. This is a few months later since I added the aquascape. Not even that long since I built the new aquascape, and you can't even see where these cement joints were. So take that to the haters, okay? To the haters, take that. Okay, you cannot see any concrete joints whatsoever. I don't care what anybody says. It looks great. It looks great. You just have to have patience. You know, I'm sick of seeing these aquascapes that, and I tend to fall in this trap too, seeing these aquascapes where once you finish the scape, it has to be perfect. Like, you can't see any joints. People even put sand on there, you know, try to minimize that joint showage, I guess, for lack of the better word. And like, it just has to look perfect coming out, you know, of the aquascaping table. But y'all, look, it doesn't matter. In a few months, Coralline is going to grow over that rock. You're not going to be able to see those joints. So don't even worry about like carefully applying sand in just the right direction. You know, it doesn't matter. Just have some patience. Like with everything in this hobby, it all comes together. Now the scape is really looking so sexy, and I've been staring at my tank for hours. Patience was all it took, and now my scape is finally looking sexy. So I did want to touch on that real quick. But in terms of the 220-gallon, things have been going really well though. I did have some issues with low nutrients recently though, which wasn't so fun. After I moved my tank, the move itself, and then following the move, I had some malfunctioning heater problems that popped up soon after, and I unfortunately lost a few fish. Like, I lost my anthias and I lost my tang, and I'm very depressed about it. I already had such few fish in this tank to begin with, that now that those fish are gone, this is clearly a problem for my bioload, y'all. I was already having enough trouble keeping up high nutrients before. Now it's like a huge mission to keep those things up. So in order to kind of assist with this, because my corals were starting to pale out a bit and it wasn't looking so good, I started making sure to feed more every day. I mean, feeding flake food like multiple times a day, 3 or 4 times a day. And also I started dosing fuel for aminos. I don't know if y'all have ever used fuel before, but I freaking love that product. You dose it for aminos, but I've noticed it kind of makes my it's kind of dirty. I don't know how else to word it. It's kind of dirty. Like, it helps keep my bioload up somehow, some way, don't ask. But I do love, I feel like I've noticed a huge difference in my corals since I started dosing this again. The reason why I stopped dosing it in the past was because I was having high nutrient problems, and I think that's why I stopped. But it does help keep the water a bit dirtier. So that's helped. Now my nutrients are still on the fairly low side, but at least they're not rock bottom anymore. You know, I don't want this to go on for much longer. I don't want to have to start thinking about dosing nitrates. Like, that scares me. I don't know what kind of, you have to be pretty confident person to dose nitrates, I think. You know, like, you have to be really really confident person to dose nitrates in your tank, I swear. I'm not clearly there yet. I mean, really, dosing nitrates isn't that scary, because all you have to do is consider it like everything else you're dosing, right? Just check your nitrates, daily until you kind of are testing out the consumption rate, just like you do with your alkalinity or calcium. I mean, nitrate is no different, but there's something about dosing nitrate that just scares me. So I'd rather not, even though it's kind of a silly fear or an irrational fear of mine, because dosing nitrate is not that bad. But let's try to hold off. I would really like a functioning bioload in the future here. That's definitely one of my primary goals. I don't like this artificial. I just want enough fish and enough fish poop that this stuff kind of takes care of itself. Like, this is one added stress that I have right now that I really don't want and I don't need. I don't need this on my plate right now. I just want to focus on my alkalinity, my calcium, my pH, who wants to worry about low nutrients? Like, gosh. I remember when I started reef keeping and I had my little BioCube 29 gallon, my first tank, and I had such horrible issues with nutrients. I had such high nutrients. I forever had algae in that tank. And I remember I would always hear people complaining about their low nutrient problems, and I'd be like, you have no idea what you're complaining about. Like, what are you even complaining about? And now, flashback, 5 or so years, I'm the one complaining about these issues, and I feel like it's done a whole 360 there. I just thought I'd add that. I don't know why, but I'd rather have high nutrients than low nutrients. Is that bad to say that? No, because I feel like low nutrients could be dangerous. High nutrients, it's okay. This doesn't matter. This is irrelevant. Let's not go down that alley. And perhaps the one thing I am most excited about in this tank update is that I finally added new sexy ACROS, and I added 5 lovely new additions. I added this cute little green Millie here. I love the Millies because they look like they dance for you, like dance Millie, dance Millie, dance. Like, they're cute. I love Millies for that reason. I think they're one of my favorites. I also got this guy. I don't know what he is. They said it came in as a speciosa, but I don't know if it's a speciosa or not. I don't really know what it is, but I like it. If you can let me know what it is in the comments, I'd be interested to know. I just think it's unique looking, cutie. It's a little cutie. So yeah. Then I also got this guy, this huge guy. What is this? He's massive, isn't he? Yeah, I managed to get a whole Garf bonsai colony here. Pretty sick, right? It makes me feel so proud. It's almost like I grew that, but I didn't grow that. But it gives me hope for the future when mine grow out to be the size. It makes me feel accomplished for no reason whatsoever. Probably just because I've never had an acro colony in my tank before. So this little Garf, this big Garf bonsai really makes me happy for that reason. It's just definitely my favorite in the tank right now, just because of his size. I mean, come on. I love looking at him. Also got this little tenuous here. He's very fluffed up, living his best life, this little tenuous here. I got this guy and this Sunset Millie at Aquashella from Speed Reef for Corals. He always has the nicest stuff, but I was a bit scared after what happened with my previous acros, in the past, where all those boatload of issues happened back to back and I kind of lost all of them. It was so devastating to me that I've been trying to take it slow, but that's proving to be kind of hard because all I see is acros, I thought, if I just start with 2, and we'll see how it goes, and they're so happy that now I'm maybe I should get more. Maybe I should stock up, but I swear I need to not get ahead of myself and try to add everything slowly over time, not to, mess up the good things we got going on here. And you know what? Take my time a little bit because this tank is filling up real quick. And if a 220 is getting filled up real quick and I'm running out of space in a 220, what's the next tank? What size is the next tank? 1,000 gallons? I don't have room for a 1,000-gallon tank. You know what I mean? So I gotta slow down this anyway. I gotta slow down my roll here heavy because we're adding too much too quickly. So two little Millies and a tenuous, I'll take it. I'll get by on that. We'll take a snail's pace with coral adding from here on out. Or at least I'll try my best. But yeah, I really, really love my new SPS. Oh, and also got this really pretty Gani, which is really pretty. It's this bright pink, highlighter pink Gani. It's really cute. I love it. It's adorable. But yeah, the SPS, the acros, they're doing really, really well. The PE, that polyp extension is crazy. They are so happy. And it's really because I've been on my game, y'all. I have been on my game with testing and dosing and taking care of my tank. It's I haven't been this diligent in a hot and heavy minute. So it just goes to show this hobby, the more time you put into it, even if it's shorter amounts amounts of time, like if you put in like 5 minutes a day versus 5 minutes a week, I guess, you're gonna see so much more success, you know? If you put in those 5 minutes daily, you'll see much greater success and much less stress and much less time overall, you know, that you invest. Because if you have problems, then you're sitting by your tank for hours at a time trying to fix it. Little 5 minute a day keeps the doctor away, you know, with the reef tanks. So that's all I really have to say about that. Anyway, next steps with my tank moving forward, okay? Several things. First is adding more fish, because obviously can't keep up this bioload situation anymore. We gotta beef this thing up with fish. I don't know what fish to add now, especially because my Tamini tank is a bit of a meanie now. He's a bit mean, and I'm a bit anxious about adding fish. If anybody has tips about adding fish, like multiple fish at a time, or how I should go about this, please let me know in the comments. I'm not a fish person, never have been, and I'm trying to be better, but I don't really know where to go with that. So let me know if you have any advice, because adding fish is definitely on my list of next steps to do with my tank. Also, Aptasia removal. I say this every time, I never get around to doing it. I need to sit down and attack some of this Aptasia, remove it manually, the big ones that is. And then also I really want to get a little small tank and breed Bergias. I haven't been able to find any recently, but then again, I haven't really looked either, but I want to start breeding Bergias, because I'm going to need a lot of Bergias for this tank. They're everywhere. The Aptasia's everywhere. It's really starting to annoy me. I mean, it's always annoyed me, but particularly now that everything's starting to look good. It's like you look at this beautiful tank and then what do you see? Oh, an ugly Aptasia, you know? I'm sick of it. So breeding Bergia, I'm going to become a Bergia breeder. Queen of Bergia, will call me, I guess. Gonna start doing that and get rid of this Aptasia for the long haul. I mean, it doesn't really work like that. I feel like once Aptasia is in your tank, which it almost inevitably will be a part of your tank at some point, you always just gotta, like, it's like weeds in your garden, right? They're always gonna be there, but you gotta stay on top of it, you know? Like, cut them down. Don't let them grow too high. Don't let them grow, maybe that's a bad example, but you gotta keep them in check, always. Like, that will never stop, you know? Once they're there, they're never going away. You just have to, like, stay on top of it where you have removed the significant number of them, right? Honestly, I just hate Aptasia. Like, I think we can all agree on that one. Anyway, that is my happy little update on my 220 gallon reef tank today. The tank's looking phenomenal, and I'm really excited about the things I have to do moving forward for it. Sorry if this video was kind of boring. I'm struggling to breathe here. Very ill, but the show must go on, and look forward to, I have a few projects in mind here in the future. Something I picked up at Aquashella. I don't know if y'all will like it or not, or if that's in the scheme of the things in this channel, but I picked up something from Aquashella, and I don't know, I'm real excited to do a video on that. So we've got some exciting things happening to this channel. This may not be the best video, but hey, you know, let me know in the comments what videos you would like to see next, any fish ideas, and let me know what you think of the macros. Sexy little guys. I love them.